Hello everyone, thank you so much for coming back to see my first actual makeup video. Let's get started really. I have some new makeup that I'd like to show you and talk about some brands that I'm learning about myself as well, and also my favourite brands that I do use every day. So my first ones here that I have is Saks Cosmetics. So it's an Eye Delight palette and I haven't unboxed it yet, so that's what it looks like, as you can see there. And yeah, let's have a look, shall we? I haven't used it, but I have opened it and had a look, and I just want to show you how they package them. Like, it's so nice if you haven't already used it at home. So Saks Cosmetics there, and have a look at that. So nice. You have, you could use this of a day and an evening wear as well. You've got the light colours at the top and the darker ones down the bottom. Take this in your purse if it's big enough, and away you go. So I really love this. I can't wait to use, I wouldn't use that, but I can't wait to use this one here and the pink. So we might be putting that on today. And so I'll just quickly go through the next one by Saks as well. So this is a complexion blusher. So you can see the box there, and this is 46 Koi, that one there. So if you can see that, I don't know. So I'll open that from this end. This is more of a glossy, whereas the other pack had a matte finish. But that's so nice. I'm so excited. I love makeup. And that's what it looks like on the inside. So take the plastic off. It's really professionally packed up and really clean. That's what I like about it. So it comes with a brush here. It looks a little bit dark, and there was two to choose from, but this one, when I tried it on my hand and my face, like, it came out lighter and more peachy than the other one. So I went with the darker one, which is a bit strange, but comes out different to what it looks like in the packet. So I will set those there. So where did I get that from? I've written down my notes. I got those both from just a chemist, actually, in Devonport. I was with my mum and saw those, and I thought, well, I have to have them because I can't put them down, and that's when you know you found a great product. Okay, also I've got some brushes that I haven't used yet also. Well, maybe this one today a little bit, but that's okay. So this is a Napoleon one, and this is my MAC one. So I'll show you the Napoleon one first. It's a finishing powder brush, S25. You may already have this, or you may be looking for a nice big brush to dust finishing powder when you've done your makeup. This one's really good, really soft on the skin, and that's what I like about it. I hate bristles that stick in and hurt when you're using it. It's not very pleasant. So I'll place that one there. Next one in my little wrapper. Haven't used this either. So this is a MAC one now, and this is the 239 brush. It's really nice. I was choosing between this and another one, but I found that this was going to be a little bit more defining, which is what I like. So I like having that blended look, but I also like having the sharp sort of definition where you can see, you know, like some people put sticky tape up here to make that sharp line. So I really like that effect, and that's hopefully what this brush will give me. So as you can see there, I'll just show you. So it's really nice. Can't wait to use that. But it's white, so I'm like, oh, it's gonna get all dirty. Oh well, I'll clean it. So I'll set that one there. I'll try not to make this too long because I do ramble on a little bit. Okay, next is my new Aveda. I had to restock because I completely ran out, so I had to wait till they ordered it in. So this is the tinted moisturizer, as you can see there. And I normally get Beechwood, which is one darker than this, but they didn't have it, so I chose Aspen to try. And you can see it written on the back too, and actually fits suits really well with my skin type, better than the other one anyway. So I like this one, but I'll probably use Beechwood when I'm tanning. But I'm really pasty at the moment, as you can see. So I put that on, and then over the top of that, I will put the Aveda Asta 2. So this one here is a pressed powder. They work really, really well together. You could just, you know, go out if you want to go to the beach but still have an even complexion, put the tinted moisturiser on. It has SPF 15 in it, so that's really, really good. With me, I have fair skin, so I get burnt really easily. Thanks, Dad, from England. And this comes in a little packet, and it has here a little sponge. I try not to use that because it does hold a lot of product, so you're actually kind of wasting it. But you don't get much in this, but you only need a little bit anyway. So sit that there. That comes like that. You don't actually use that out of the packet. What you put it in, which is I also have here, is an Aveda palette. This is the professional one, so it just means it's the biggest. It comes in 2 sizes smaller, and a bit dirty because I use it every day, but I cannot leave the house without putting this on. Like, this is my lifesaver. I've fallen in love with these colours. So it looks a bit empty at the moment because I'm restocking it back up, but that's where I put my foundation. So I'll do that now to show you, because you might want to purchase some Aveda. So it's all mineral based, so it's not clogging. Comes off really, really easily as well, so you're not scrubbing it with makeup remover. So that just clicks in there. It's actually on a magnet, so they do slide around, so you've got to be careful. But I would use that with, I have a million different brands of brushes. I would use that with my Eco Tools foundation brush that I use. It's really, really light and fluffy, and you can squeeze this in different shapes to, like, you know, get underneath the eyes. And I love this brush. I don't change it, so that's what I'll put on with that. So moving on. Another foundation that I have been using, because I haven't had that one, is a Mineral Glow. So I love powders. Like, I don't like cluggy, sticky liquid foundations. Maybe if I'm going to a wedding or going out, but I really like this one. So it's kind of a light translucent powder because I have quite fair skin. But I will put that on again over the tinted moisturiser. So just to include that. It has quite good coverage too, because I don't have to cover up, you know, a lot of blemishes. Sometimes I have the occasional breakout, like at the moment. But yeah, it's really, really good, and I find it works for me. So last one, I think, just a really, really cool colour palette that I found at another chemist. So it's called Revlon, well, it's by Revlon, it's called Custom Eyes. But I really liked this one also because if you're just starting out with makeup, or you'd like to try different ways of how to put it on, if you know, not that involved with a lot of makeup, then this comes with a little picture on the back. It's got numbers, where to put the colours, if you can see that. And yeah, I just really like it because, you know, you just open it. I thought you actually opened it that way, but you open it that way, and it's got all the colours there, which are quite pretty. The green is a little bit different for me because I don't wear a lot of green, but I tried that on. It comes out really nice and dark, so I do like that as well. So I'll stick that there too. And I think that's all. So let's get started. I'm just going to do my basic everyday makeup to show you, you know, how I do it, and maybe I could give you some ideas. So I start with Tinted Moisturiser by Aspen number 2. And that's about $50 from an Aveda salon, spa, or hairdresser, or a store. So it's oil free, so you know, not cluggy, goes on really well, I find. So I'll just put that on. Make sure you get it evenly spread, so always doing the neck as well. You don't want that big cake face orange ring around your face. Comes off really well with just a damp cloth or rinsing your hands in the sink. So it has that bit of shiny appearance to it. That's why I like using a powder foundation afterwards, because it doesn't have that, you know, glossy effect. I like a matte finish. Okay, so now I'm going to do the press powdered foundation. So just load up your brush. It's a bit powdery, but you get used to applying it. I'll just sort of show you how. So just loading up the brush like that, and I first place it here. Everyone has their preferences, but I like starting on the cheek. Bit of a tip, when you do across the eyes, don't squint like this and then go over, because you get those lines of where you've missed the skin. So just sort of stretching your eyes when they're closed. Making sure you blend down the neck as well, because you don't want to get that big sort of ring. I remember this is day makeup too, so you don't want to pack it on too much. Everybody's different, whether they have blemishes or not. They'll choose to make the base makeup heavier or lighter. I like to keep it a little bit more natural. Okay, so moving on to the bronzer. So I have the Thin Lizzy here. If you haven't heard of it, I'll show you what it is. So it comes like this, and a clear lip gloss as well. You could first buy it on TV with those Guthy-Renko commercials, but now you can actually buy it from most chemists. So Thin Lizzy, it's a 6-in-1 professional powder. That just means that you can use it as a full like face coverage, using the brush like this and putting it on as an eyeshadow, doing the bronzer, a bit of a lip pigment as well, and a few other things. But I don't use it as those 6, I just use it as a bronzer. So I'll just place that on. So starting the darkest point in the hairline and next to the ear, because you don't want to start here and then have all this stuff on your brush and you'll just get this big circle. So here it's okay, and then just running up and down. It's okay if you do have, I tend to squeeze the brush like this to make that line. It's okay if you have that, because you can blend it out with the foundation brush and also the blush as well. Don't be too scared if it looks really dark first of all, because like I said, you can brush that out a bit. So that's the Thin Lizzy. Thin Lizzy. Now I'll use my Saks Koi brush, blush. So as well with my foundation brush, I like this for a blush brush as well. So just applying that on. As I said, I haven't used this before, so I'm not too sure, you know, how dark it's going to come out. So just starting on the apples of the cheeks, and then running it on the top line of the bronzer. That line's already there. You can make this quite subtle, or you can make it more heavy, up to you. Tend to do like a lazy J, like a Nike tick sort of style. Okay, not coming too close underneath the eyes as well, just sort of keeping that level with the outer corner of the pigment in your eye. Now just to blend that all in, I'm going to use my Studio Fix MAC NC20 powder. So I'll be doing that. I'll be using that with my finishing powder brush. Now you may have noticed that I haven't used a concealer. I'm waiting for mine to still actually come in because I did go and get one from Aveda, but when I tried it on, the lighting was very different, and it's actually too dark for my complexion, so I need to get another one. But it's a very popular colour, so they're still ordering it in. Right, now I'm going to start with the eyes. Another Eco Tools brush that I have. This doesn't say what it is, or it doesn't have any words on it. Nothing came in the packet, it was just a kit. But I don't need to be told what to use it for. I generally just use them for whatever I feel like. But this one here is quite defined. So I'll be using that to make the nice sort of defined look in the crease, and to do the mobile lid, which is obviously the bit that moves, I use this more of a fluffy sort of a brush, so it's a lot thicker compared to this one here. Okay, so just to make like a base colour on the lid, I'm going to use, you can see that one there, the middle colour. I'm not too sure what it's called, just like a light sort of beige, so I'll be just using that on the mobile lid. So just putting it all over, and already starting to make that sort of dark crease appearance. So I have quite deep set eyes like in the socket, so it's quite easy, like you can just sort of see the crease already. But if you don't, you can just hold the pencil like, or the brush like this, and place it in the crease and just sort of move it back and forth like this, just up and around over, like you can feel the eye, you know, in its socket without giving yourself a headache. Just pressing in there, and do the other one. A little bit like a skin colour tone, but a bit more shiny, so that's quite nice. With this defining sort of brush, I will use maybe this light, dark kind of purpley brown in this corner. I'm sure that will come out quite nice. So I'll just use that in the outer corner in here, and also the inner corner. So I'm going to make like a V shape in the outer corner of my eye, so just along the lash line, and then also along that crease there. So like a V. And then in the inner corner as well. And I'll show you what I'll do. I'm going to blend the two together, but not with this same brush. This gives a really nice sort of soft appearance, and I think it'll look nice with these colours that I'm going to use. So just putting the two like that, doesn't matter if it's messy at this stage, you can blend that in. To blend this in, I'll be using this brush by Mary Kay Signature range, and it's called Eye Definer, but it's not really a defining brush. It's more like quite fluffy, and I use it as a blending brush. So yeah, like I said, I don't really use them for what they say on them. But yeah, not getting any more colour, but just sort of brushing these two together with this fluffy sort of brush in the crease. So just back and forth, and keep going. And if you feel the need to, you can apply more colour, just like that. And then it should start to appear just like a little line along that crease. And what you sort of get is a dark sort of oval shape along the crease, and then this bit here will obviously be a bit lighter because you haven't touched that. So just keeping it in the crease. So I'll do the other one. Should get that sort of appearance. Like I said, it doesn't really matter if it looks messy because we'll be blending all those colours in. Now I'm going to use my MAC pencil brush, so the 239, so turning white into pink. I'm using this one just here, so that really nice pale sort of shiny pink. All these colours aren't matte either, they're really high shine, so it looks quite nice. I'll just be putting that on the mobile lid like this. And they blend quite nicely together. I do like this. Do the other one. Get my blending brush back and just sort of rub that all together. Now I'm going to use an eye crease brush. That's what it's for. Mary Kay Signature again. Quite fluffy. Really like this one, but I don't use it for the crease because I find that it's too big, and like I said, I like that sort of defined look. So I use this for underneath the brows. So I'm going to use this bright sort of yellowy tone here. See what this looks like, just underneath like that. So what you want to do is you've got dark in the crease, medium on the mobile lid, and lighter underneath. So you can't really see that sort of lighter colour that I started with, but that sort of made a base. So you can sort of, in the light you can see, you know, the undertone. So it's quite good that you sort of put a colour underneath to make the colour on top appear brighter and or bold, whatever you're looking for. I don't actually think that's bright enough for me, that colour. So I'm going to go with my Luminosity, which is this one here. I'll just put this one on underneath. By its name, Luminosity, sort of has a shiny sort of nice appearance, catches in the light, looks quite good. I like to extend this as well beyond the eye. Just out, that's why I like this fluffy brush. Just lightly use your finger to blend in the temples, so quite nice in that area. Doing the other one now. So that's that done. So I've just got sort of a subtle look. I'm going to put an eyeliner on now. I've got a Max Factor pencil. It was actually a tester that I got, so it's really tiny, but that's the one you can see there. I really like it because it's not, you know, too harsh on your actual lid when you're putting it on. It's really nice and soft, and that's how you know you've got a good pencil. So I just put that on. I'm just going to put it on the waterline along the bottom. And the waterline on the top. But not all the way, just halfway for the top, because I like to have that sort of open appearance. And then I just flick it out just a little bit, ever so slightly, and then doing the top just like this from that line, and then I stop where I've stopped underneath, so about there, and then good old favourite tool, my finger, I'd like to blend that in like that. Or if you didn't want to use your finger, you can use another Eco's tool pencil that I have here. It's a little brush, so quite defined, a bit like the white one. So I like to just stroke that back and forth like that. Give it a bit of a flick at the end. So that's all I put on. To make a dramatic look of a nighttime, I'll put like heaps more eyeliner and maybe do like cat eyes. And now just for some mascara. This is a Veda that I'm using. and it's really nice. It's actually called mascara instead of mascara. So it's actually a moss found in Iceland. So it's in black, and that's what I'm using, if you can see the writing. It's really nice. Bit of a distinctive smell. You know how mascaras have that certain smell and they're like, oh yeah, that's mascara. Well, this is a little bit different, so it's hard to get used to. It's not like gross or anything, but it's a moss, so what do you expect? But you know, it's been purified and all that, broken down. But it's better than road tar, which is in what's in a lot of other ones that you can get, especially waterproof mascaras. So this goes on quite well, but what I'd like to do is, while that's still wet, I get my other mascara, which is in Max Factor. This is called False Lash Effect. I love this brush. It does have that false lash effect, so it's really thick, as you can see there. And I'll go over that while the lashes are still wet with the other one, because I just love this brush and it's the best one that I've found. It's kind of like nail polish. If you love a brush, just take the lid off, and if it fits another one, use that brush. So the dried bit, because I've been talking. But the lashes is really what I try and work on to make my eyes pop. So I always do the bottoms too, just a little bit, because you want the top to be, you know, more of an attraction. But yeah, do the other one. There's always one eye that looks better than the other. You can use liquid eyeliner for this look as well, and obviously false lashes, but I'm sure I will get to that another day. Maybe with deeper eyes. Just to finish off with, you don't want to go outside looking like you have no eyebrows, so I have this brush, the Eco Tools one, a bit more fluffy. I like using eyeshadow to run through my brows, so what I will use is just this lighter colour here, because it has like quite a definition, so just that one, and then I mix it also with this one here. These colours don't come out as dark as they look on the palette, so you can be a bit more risky, like, you know, grab a dark colour and don't be afraid to use it. So just with this brush, just running it straight through, has a bit of a more natural look as well. I find that pencils look too, oh, she's got eyebrows, you know, like in your face, although that is the London look at the moment, the gap between your teeth as well. Okay, so that's the brows done. See how, you know, it just sort of catches the hairs, and although the colour was light that I chose, it looks, you know, darker, so it's quite nice. I like my brows dark because I do have quite dark hair. Okay, so that's the eyes done. Just to finish off, I'll just pop on my favourite lipstick that I love. It's called Snob by MAC, and it's just a really nice pink, and I just love it. It just pops. Like normally, you know, with darker eyes, I'd probably use a nude, but I love this, so I'll just pop that one on. Looks quite nice as well, because I've got the pink in my eyes too, so you know, it's really nice for a day out, a lunch, or a date. Alrighty, so that's makeup done, I'm pretty sure. Hope you're happy. I hope I've taught you some things. I quite like it. It's a different look for me. Like, you know, it's my everyday way that I'll do my makeup, but with the colours as well. Like I really love the purple and the pink together. Like I'll probably start using that a bit more with my Saks Cosmetics. So if you want to subscribe or a thumbs up or like my video, then I would really much appreciate it. I know it's my first video and you're probably like, who is this loser on YouTube? She should go away. But yeah, leave some comments below as well if you know, you want me to try out anything that you quite like, or you know, if you're stuck on something and you want me to help you with colours or ideas for leavers dinners soon, or you know, anything like that. Yeah, definitely ask me some questions and I'll try and answer. And any ideas that you want me to put forward, or you know, anything like that, let me know. And also I'll be doing a tutorial on how to do this hairstyle as well, so that will probably come up in the next few days or the next week or so. Good night everybody, thank you so much for watching my massive video. And yeah, have a good weekend. See ya.